Sabah is located in the northern part of the island of Borneo, and it's the second largest state in Malaysia. Sabah is blessed with incredible nature and wildlife, beautiful beaches and islands, and a diverse culture. Sabah is home to Mount Kinabalu, one of the highest mountains in Southeast Asia, and it is highly sought after for those looking for tropical, sun-soaked holidays filled with water sports. Sabah is famous for its diving destinations, with Sabahan Island ranked among the top in the world, and it's also well known for its wildlife reserves. Sabah's food is unique, and it's a culinary paradise for seafood lovers like myself. So Mee Tuaran, by all accounts, pretty simple to whip up, but that's assuming you have all the ingredients on hand. I don't, so I'm going to make a couple of them from scratch, and they are the egg rolls and also the char siu or barbecued meat. Okay, now I don't eat pork, so with the egg rolls, instead of using pork mince, I'm going to be using, well, I would have used chicken mince, but I only have turkey mince on hand today, and with the char siu as well, I'm going to be using chicken thigh fillets. Okay. I'm going to start my steamer going. I'm going to heat up some water, because what I'm going to do is I need to steam the egg rolls in a bit. To make the egg rolls, we're just going to crack a couple of eggs. Okay, now I'm going to cook this into a thin omelette. So this is done. Just going to take it out. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make the filling for the egg roll. And here I've got some turkey mince. This is lean turkey mince. And I'm going to season it. Bit of pepper, chicken powder, sesame oil. Just going to put some of this here. Roll it up. I'm going to put this in the steamer and steam it till it's cooked. So the next thing we're going to make is the char siu, and we're going to make chicken char siu. Got some chicken thigh fillets here. And we're going to do this the shortcut way, where I'm going to just braise it instead of like marinating it and roasting it later on. Sugar. Light soy sauce. Hoisin sauce. If you don't have this, you can use ground bean paste or miso, and red food coloring if you've got it to make it red. Like this. You can add a bit of Chinese cooking wine if you want. It's optional. Add some honey in it to give it that glazed look, and if you don't have any red coloring, you can add a little bit of tomato ketchup in it. So in the meantime, the steamed meat rolls are done. We're just going to let them cool down. Just giving it a little bit of the charred effect. That's what it looks like now. There you go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is cook the noodles, and it's got to be cooked twice. First of all, we're going to fry it, deep fry it essentially. So we're going to heat up some oil. Now, Mee Tuaran uses a particular type of thin egg noodles. The closest we can get here in Sydney is what we actually buy labeled as wonton noodles or fresh egg noodles, the thin variety. Okay, so we're just going to use that, and when the oil is hot, we're going to deep fry it scorch it. There's actually two versions of this type of noodles. I'm using this particular one that's a little bit floury. I prefer this, but there's another version which is usually labeled that is used for chow mein or fried noodles, which you can use as well. So we're just gonna slice these up while that's heating up. There you go. So the oil should be hot enough. Now this particular type of noodles, the floury variety, when you look at your Asian grocery store fridge, they puff up when you fry them. The other variety, the ones for chow mein, they do not, okay? They just brown and they just get tough. So let's turn off the heat. And you're gonna cook it a second time. Slice up some of the chicken char-siu. Okay, now the Mee Tuaran, usually after you deep fry it, you would blanch this in hot water before you stir fry it with this, okay? But we're gonna skip the blanching bit because the water will actually help to soften it up. I'm gonna add garlic because I like my garlic. Add the greens. I like lots of greens. Add the eggs. I break up the egg. And now we're going to add the seasoning. Bit of pepper, bit of sugar, chicken powder, sesame oil if you have it. And we're going to add the noodles back in here. And reduce the sauce. Make sure the vegetables are cooked. Okay, let's serve it up. Here you go, just a simple egg noodle dish with some barbecued meat and some egg rolls. Have a go. Don't forget to sign up, okay? You need to sign up at malaysianchefs.com/streetfoodjourneys and we'll send out the recipe to you guys. I'll see you next time.
It's time to head out and look for some dinner. I can't wait to have some dinner with the nicest view in town. It's dinner time and I'm here at Silan Resorts trying out some of the great food they have. The weather is just fantastic and right behind me is Mount Kinabalu just there. The clouds are blocking it, but it's okay because that's not important right now. What's important is the food I've got in front of me, and I've got such a good selection of stuff from Borneo, Sabah, which I've not tried yet. Okay, so I'm gonna get started with this. It smells amazing. I think there's pandan and coconut inside this. So that was nice. I'm now going to try the lado tepolak, which is basically really exclusive to Sabah because these have got white chilies inside, which you can only get in Borneo. So these things are going to be a bit spicy and hot for me, but it's a local dish and I want to try it. It's also got fish inside it and vegetables. Yes, I tried almost everything on the menu, but I saved some for the crew because there was too much for me to finish. The fish was fresh, and it wasn't too spicy, surprisingly. The dishes went well, so nice together, and the view was just spectacular. I think this was the best Sabahan dinner I've ever had.
Sabah has an enviable array of beautiful islands and beaches, including Manukan Island, Gaya Island and Sipadan, among many others. It is a top diving destination and its premium resorts are among the best in the world.
Hi everyone, Rene here from Masters of Malaysian Cuisine with collaboration of Tourism Malaysia. I'm gonna share with you a dish from the state of Sabah. So a vegan Hinava dish. So this dish is commonly served with fish. Normally Hinava is a very common delicacy that you can find in Sabah for the tribes of Kadasan Dusun. Today is going to be a vegan Hinava. These are the ingredients that I'm going to share with you. The main protein or the main ingredient that we're going to use for our vegan Hinava will be mushroom. The classic or traditional normally is used seafood or fish. Today we replace it with mushroom as it's going to be a vegan Hinava. So mushroom I'm having shimeji, brown mushroom, oyster mushroom, calamansi as the acid to it. You can also replace it with vinegar if you wish, but obviously to make it fresh and all the ingredients are very refreshing if you use calamansi or lime, shallots, bird eye chili, ginger and bitter gourd, obviously salt and pepper and sugar for the seasoning. First step for the Hinava salad, the Hinava dish, is actually to cure our bitter gourd. Okay, I have a bitter gourd here that's I already cut it into half and remove the seed. So what we want to do now is just to slice them thinly to minimize the bitter flavor. We're going to cure it. So curing is a method that where you put salt to it. That's why this has to be one of the first step that you want to make sure you do it. So sit that on the side. Next, we get our mushroom prepared. Put in a bowl. This is a very crucial method that you need to do is to marinate or cure your mushroom. So if you use normally the fish, what we do is that we also cure or brine it. As the ingredients are raw, we're going to cure it or brine with the calamansi that we have. So I have some shimeji there, some oyster mushroom here, and also the brown mushroom. What we're going to do with the balance of the oyster mushroom, so oyster mushroom, you just take that, you just shred them as such. Why I'm using 3 different mushroom, because all these mushrooms, they are beautiful by texture and also flavor. So oyster mushroom is quite near to fish if you cure a fish, so it has that meat texture to it. So calamansi juice will go in, brine all the mushrooms with the calamansi juice. You can also use lime juice or, as I mentioned, vinegar. So let's let that sit for 10 minutes. So the next thing, remember the bitter gourd that we had earlier is getting wilted, and also the salt starts to pull out the bitter from bitter gourd. Just quickly rinse them in fresh water. So next, what you need to do now is to slice your shallots. Let's quickly slice the shallots. So next, we have our bird eye chili. So just slice the bird eye chili the same. If you think bird eye chili is a little bit too spicy for you, you can always go for a fresh large red chili. Okay, then ginger. Slice the ginger thinly. Thin strips or julienne. So you get all these fresh, nice flavors into the mix. The ginger gives that elevation and earthiness to the mushroom dish or the Hinava. So once you have all those on the side, obviously the mushroom has been marinated for 10 minutes now. The last bit that needs to go in will be all your bitter gourd. You know, makes good, fresh, refreshing color to the dish. So this dish is a very traditional ethnic Kadasan Dusun from Sabah dish. It's like a ceviche dish, but obviously this is going to be the vegan version of it. So here we go. The dish is ready now. Very straightforward. Alright, now obviously don't forget your seasoning. A little bit of salt there, a little bit of sugar. So basically the sugar is to balance up the tart and sourness of the calamansi earlier. Let's get it plated up. See all those mushrooms? What it does now is that after all the curing to the pickling, it's becoming a good texture to it. It's like gonna get some bite as if you eat the normal ceviche that you normally have. There we go. Here we are, your Sabah vegan Hinava dish.
Sabah is famous for its wildlife, and there are efforts to preserve their habitats at places such as the Sepilok Orangutan Rehabilitation Center and the Borneo Sun Bear Conservation Center at Sepilok, both of which are located in Sandakan. You may also encounter other animals that are native to Borneo, such as the proboscis monkey, also known as the long-nosed monkey, and the elusive pygmy elephants, which are the world's smallest elephants. Now, I always talk about the Indian, the Chinese, and the Malay types of food in Malaysia, but I haven't really covered enough about the indigenous contribution to Malaysian cuisine. And Sabah really is the perfect place for this. I'm over here at Shangri-La Tanjung Aru, and one of the famous dishes over here in Sabah is something called Ayam Lihing. Okay, so we've got a little bit of oil. Now we're going to throw in some garlic, and then we've got some onion.
Half of this
And ginger.
So we're gonna heat this until it's
Aromatic,
smell,
yeah, sure. So this will just take a couple of minutes.
Yes.
And the other ingredients we're using are some chicken thigh fillets over here. And then we've got the rice wine here. I can smell it, quite strong flavored. And we're gonna use some carrots and some soaked mushrooms here as well. Okay, these are just dried shiitake
dry
mushrooms.
shiitake. We choose the dry shiitake because the smell and the flavor is better
More
than
intense.
the fresh one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna add some seasoning as well.
After the smell is out, we can
Okay,
put in the chicken.
we'll put in the chicken. Okay. This is smelling really nice. It's really bringing back memories of like what I used to eat back home. I want to see how much sugar you put, because I remember the one that I have used to have quite a lot of sugar in it. I don't know if yours is like that.
Yeah, it depends on the rice wine.
Okay.
Yeah, if the rice wine is a bit sweet, then we have to bet just
Less,
a little bit.
okay,
more sugar,
okay,
not that
sure.
much, yeah.
Okay.
So after once it's almost cooked,
Yep. Yep.
so we're gonna add in some of the chicken.
The chicken stock.
Normally the stock just to cover up the chicken.
Okay, sure. Just give it a stir. Now, when I was growing up, we used to use chicken pieces with the bones and all that sort of stuff. Nowadays, people like fillets, they don't like chewing through the bones. So Westerners don't like chewing through the bones. That's why we're using chicken stock as well, I think, because the chicken stock, gives it some flavor, yeah. Because I like to tell people, it's the bones that bring out all the flavor in your curry and in your soup and all that.
So once you put in the stock, you can set away, get
Put
the
it,
rice
right,
wine.
okay, here you go. I'm interested to see how much you put in. Okay.
So here I've got maybe like 300 ml. Here
Okay.
150 ml.
Okay, sure.
And just let it slow simmer until it's done.
Okay, chef, this smells so beautiful.
Yeah, it's almost there already. So
Okay.
after 10 minutes we simmer it.
Yeah.
You can see all the stock goes down.
Okay,
So
okay.
we're just gonna add in the carrot.
Okay,
and
sure.
the shiitake mushroom.
Okay.
Just to finish it off.
So these are just diced carrots. They haven't been cooked yet. We just putting this in. And the mushrooms. Should we add the seasoning yet?
Yes. We can
Okay,
add in the
sure.
seasoning, but you have to try it first because some of the rice one are quite sweet.
Okay.
We have to taste it first before it's in.
There you go, very professional. Always try anything before you add the seasoning, which I never do. It is actually quite sweet, huh?
Yes.
You want to try it? So it really depends on the batch or the brand of rice wine you use.
Yeah,
Yes.
just need to eat some salt maybe.
Okay, sure.
Salt.
Salt. Here you go. I'll let you put it in. So these are chicken stock granules. And if you're overseas and you don't know what chicken stock granules are, you might want to try chicken stock cubes or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Norse, the same.
Yeah, Norse, chicken stock cube, that sort of stuff.
Just gonna continue this one simmer for about 5 minutes, then we're done.
Another 5 minutes? Okay, well there you go. Very easy, huh?
Very easy cooking, yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back and show you what it looks like in about 5 minutes. Okay, so this is just about ready to be served up, yeah? I smell it and it's so beautiful and it's looking fantastic. Let's just take some out. There you go. And we're gonna garnish this a little bit. You're gonna have to help me here. Just one on top. Okay. So these are just coriander and spring onion and chili. There you go. I'm gonna try this.
Okay, sure.
Oh, this is fantastic. Like I say, it brings back memories of my childhood growing up in Seremban. Thank you so much, Chef.
My pleasure.
And yeah, I'm gonna go away and enjoy this now. The The majestic Mount Kinabalu is the highest mountain in Borneo with an elevation of 4,095 meters. The summit, known as Low's Peak, can be climbed by anyone in good physical condition without the use of mountaineering equipment. Climbers must be accompanied by accredited guides, and only 130 climbing permits are issued per day. The mountain can be climbed in a single day, though most climbers split their climb into 2 days.
Now we're off to the Filipino market where they said we can get almost everything and anything that we want. Now that is what you call a market. So it's my last day in Sabah and I've not picked up any souvenirs yet, but luckily I'm here at the local market in KK where they sell lots of local snacks. So I'm gonna get some and bring some back home. We started off at the fresh goods part of the market where there's every kind of fruits and vegetables that you can imagine. All fresh and ready for your picking. And my favourite was the seaweed that they said you could only get here in Sabah. I mean, look at that, you could display it. So this apparently is some local Sabah seaweed. It's a native vegetable in Sabah. It looks very funky, smells pretty good. Now we move on to the other part of the market, my favourite part, the food. The smell here was amazing. Different things everywhere that I turned. But one thing stood out for sure, the seafood. Everyone was showing off their seafood treasures. You can get it all here. I could not keep my mouth shut. Look at those fish. That looks so tasty. It's been cooked, it's fresh right now. I just want to go. After that, I went inside to see what else Filipino market has to offer. I love Sabah, it's the best stay in Malaysia. Yes, I found what I was looking for. Sabah is famous for having really cool turtles, so this little turtle is gonna be mine and it's got a Sabah on it. So I'm gonna finish up here. Yes, please, thank you.